Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep into I Will Teach You to Be Rich.
A classic.
Yeah, by Ramit Sethi. It's gotten a ton of praise.
It has, yeah.
From folks like Seth Godin,
Oh, yeah, Seth Godin.
Tribes and Penelope
Oh,
Trump.
of course. Brazen careerist.
And they're right.
Mm.
This book is packed with advice that you can use to build wealth no matter where you're starting from.
Absolutely. And it really challenges some of those ideas about money that we think are just like the set-in-stone rules.
Okay, so are you ready for some of your assumptions to be totally flipped on their head?
Always.
Okay, good. So what's the first myth this book tackles?
You know that idea that you need the perfect financial plan?
Before you even start.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to have it all figured out.
I need a spreadsheet with 1,000 rows and it's all color-coded.
Yeah. This book says no.
Thank goodness.
It really emphasizes just doing something, even if it's not perfect. That's way more valuable than planning forever.
Yeah. It's like if you want to bake a cake, but you get so caught up in finding the perfect recipe,
Right.
you never actually get the flour out and start baking.
Perfect analogy. That's what this book is all about. Just start.
Start somewhere, anywhere.
Just get going.
Okay. So what's one of the most important first steps?
Building good credit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And this is where it gets interesting because we're always told,
Credit cards are bad.
right, stay away.
Hide.
But this book says good credit is the key to getting rich.
It is. It might seem a little counterintuitive, but think about this. Good credit can save you so much money, especially on big purchases.
Like a house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A house, a mortgage. Even a small difference in that interest rate can make a huge difference over time.
Okay, that's starting to make sense. So how do we actually build good credit? What are the steps?
So one of the easiest and best ways is using credit cards responsibly.
Okay.
Pay your bills on time.
Always the responsible thing to do.
And avoid those fees, like balance transfers or cash advances.
Okay, those can get you.
But what happens if you miss a payment? Does that just totally tank your credit?
Not necessarily. The book actually gives you a script.
What?
Yeah, to talk to your credit card company if you miss a payment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, be proactive and communicate.
That's a secret weapon.
It is.
Okay, what if you already have good credit? Yeah. What's the next level?
Use it to your advantage. Call those credit card companies, ask for better rates or, special offers. You'd be surprised what they'll give you.
Oh, really?
If you have a good history with them.
Okay, so being responsible can actually get you good stuff.
It can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. But let's be real. Managing all of this stuff, credit bills, savings can be a lot. Does the book address that?
It does. And it has a great solution. Automation.
Ooh, I love automation.
This is a core part of what the book calls the ladder of personal finance.
A ladder. Okay. Tell me more.
So set up systems that take care of your money automatically.
Okay. So your money's working for you, even when you're sleeping.
Exactly. The author shares his own system. He uses direct deposit to put his paycheck right into an interest-bearing online checking account.
Smart.
And then automatic withdrawals for savings and investments.
So it's just happening. It's growing.
On its own.
Amazing.
To make sure every dollar has a job, he uses this idea of the next $100. It's consciously deciding where each dollar goes.
I love that. So it's like every dollar has a job.
It does.
Awesome. So now we've got bills, savings, and investments covered. Where does the rest go?
This is where the conscious spending plan comes in.
Okay, I like the sound of this.
This is one of the best parts of this book. It's not about saying no to everything.
Oh, good.
It's about making choices.
So you can still enjoy your money.
Absolutely. It tells you to set aside a certain percentage just for guilt-free spending.
I love that.
This is money for things you love. No guilt.
That is music to my ears. Give me an example.
Okay, there's a story in the book about Lisa. She loves designer shoes.
Ooh, relatable.
She could spend her whole paycheck on them, but she doesn't.
Good for her.
She's made choices about her spending, so she can enjoy her shoes while saving and investing.
So it's all about finding that balance. Enjoying life, but also being smart about the future.
That's it. And the book actually suggests an 80-20 approach. Focus on those expenses that really matter to you and be willing to cut back on the things that don't.
Okay, I'm really liking this. It's about taking control of your money instead of it controlling you.
And that changes how you feel about money. You feel in control. You're free.
This is so insightful. We've covered a lot, the importance of taking action, the power of good credit, automating your finances, and this conscious spending plan. What other secrets does this book hold?
Well, next we're going to talk about investing, and it's not as scary as you think.
Okay, I'm ready to unlock those secrets. Let's do it.
A lot of people think investing is only for like Wall Street people,
Yeah.
or that you need to have all this secret knowledge.
Yeah, it always felt kind of intimidating to me.
Well, this book says that's not true.
Okay, good.
It doesn't have to be risky or complicated.
So what is it? What do they say?
Index funds.
Index funds.
Okay.
What are those?
So think of it like a basket of stocks that represents a specific part of the market,
Yep.
like the S&P 500.
Yeah.
And this lets you invest in a bunch of companies at once without picking individual stocks.
So instead of trying to figure out like which companies are going to do well, I'm just betting on the whole market.
Exactly. And historically, the market tends to go up over time.
Makes sense.
So you're aligning yourself with that growth.
It feels a lot less like gambling and more like a long-term strategy.
That's the idea. And another thing the book talks about is starting early. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow a lot
Over time?
because of compounding.
Compounding.
Mhm.
Okay, I've heard that word. I'm not sure I really get it. Can you explain it like I'm 5?
Okay. Imagine you have a snowball.
Okay.
You roll it through the snow, it gets bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Compounding is kind of like that.
I say.
Your money earns interest, and then that interest earns more interest.
So it keeps built. Oh, wow. So like the earlier you start, the bigger your snowball.
Yes.
I wish I'd started like years ago.
Well,
Yeah,
it's never too late.
that's true.
The important thing is just to start. And here's another interesting thing. This book doesn't necessarily think you need a financial advisor.
Really? I always thought everyone needed someone to help them with this stuff.
While they can be helpful in some cases, like if
Yeah.
your finances are super complex
Yeah.
for most people, managing your own investments is doable.
Especially with index funds.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that. We could be our own bosses.
you can. But if you do need help, look for a fee-based advisor who's a fiduciary.
What does that mean?
That means they're legally obligated to do what's best for you.
Okay, good advice.
Yeah.
So we've learned about good credit, automating our finances, a conscious spending plan, and now investing. It's like this book is giving us a whole new financial toolkit.
It's more than that. It's a whole new way of thinking about money.
Yeah.
Moving from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered.
Yeah, like we're finally getting this adulting thing down.
You are. What else is in this book?
Well, besides those big strategies,
Yeah.
I will teach you to be rich. Goes into those everyday things,
Like what?
like how to handle money in relationships.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. Negotiating salaries
Ooh, another good one.
and like buying a car or a house.
The big stuff.
Yeah. Those are the things that trip people up.
Yeah.
Let's start with relationships.
Mm.
Money can be kind of a touchy subject. How does the book handle that?
Talk about it.
Just talk.
Yeah, open and honest communication.
Oh,
Have those money conversations regularly and make financial decisions as a team.
okay. I can see this conversation's getting a little heated.
They can.
Any advice on keeping things calm?
Instead of jumping right into your own ideas, start by asking your partner for their advice.
Even if I already know what I want to do.
It takes the pressure off and makes it more collaborative.
That's smart.
It creates a safe space for talking honestly about money.
That's important.
It is.
And how about those big expenses that come up in relationships, like weddings?
Set a realistic budget from the beginning
Okay.
and figure out what's really important to you.
Yeah.
A memorable wedding doesn't have to be expensive.
It's so true. People get caught up in making it perfect and then start their marriage in debt.
Right. This book wants you to stay grounded and remember what really matters.
Okay. So what about buying a car?
Buy a car that fits your needs and budget.
Okay, so no impulse purchases.
No.
What should we be thinking about?
Reliability is key. You want a car that's going to last,
Yeah,
but also one you enjoy driving.
as long as I can afford it.
Right. What about gas mileage?
Oh yeah, with gas prices these days.
Something to consider.
Definitely. Any tips on getting a good deal?
Do your research and be ready to negotiate. The book even recommends online resources like CarMax.
So I don't have to deal with pushy salespeople.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. Anything else car-wise?
Take care of your car.
Oh yeah, maintenance.
It's not exciting,
No.
but it saves you money in the long run.
And it'll be worth more when you sell it.
Right. Okay, now for the big one. Buying a house.
Yes.
First, is it the right move for you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Homeownership isn't for everyone.
Right. So what should we be thinking about?
Your finances, your lifestyle, your long-term goals. And don't just think of it as an investment.
Okay, so it's about finding a place that really feels like home.
Exactly. And once you've decided to buy, the book has a step-by-step guide.
Oh, this is great. It's like adulting 101.
It is. What are some of the key steps?
Okay.
Check your credit score and make sure it's good. That'll help you get a better mortgage rate.
Lower interest rate,
Yeah.
less money I have to pay over time.
Right. And save as much as you can for a down payment.
Okay. I feel like that's a big hurdle.
It can be, but the more you put down, the lower your monthly payments.
And the less interest you pay.
Exactly. The book gives you strategies for reaching your savings goals.
Okay, wow. This has been so helpful. I feel like we learned so much.
It's more than just managing money. It's about creating a life of freedom.
Yeah. It's a reminder that we can control our finances and build the lives we want.
And remember what the book says. The most important thing is to just start.
So take that first step and start building your own path to financial freedom. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up our deep dive into I Will Teach You to Be Rich. We're back, wrapping up our deep dive into I Will Teach You to Be Rich.
It's been a journey.
It has, from credit scores to index funds to buying a house. But there's one more thing I want to talk about.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
The book doesn't just talk about managing your money.
Right.
It talks about creating a rich life.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's chapter 9. And I think this is where it gets really interesting because it goes beyond the numbers
It does.
and it gets to what really matters.
It's about living a life that feels rich.
Not just having a lot of money.
Right. It's about freedom, making choices that are important to you, creating experiences that you love.
So it's about more than just your bank account.
It is. The book talks about identifying your big wins,
Big wins.
Right.
Okay.
the things that are most important to you,
Oh,
and then using your money to make them happen.
so what are some examples of big wins?
It could be traveling the world.
Oh, nice.
It could be spending more time with family,
Yeah,
or maybe finally working on that passion project.
that's great.
It's different for everyone.
So find what a rich life means to you.
And then make a plan to get there.
I love that. So your money is working for you
Exactly.
to create a life that you actually want.
And the book gives you ways to actually make it happen.
Like what?
Maybe you negotiate a raise so you can take that dream vacation,
Yeah,
or set up automatic savings so you can take a sabbatical.
I like that.
It's all in there.
This has been amazing. It's really shown me that building wealth isn't about following some strict rules.
It's not.
It's about understanding how money works and using it to create a life you love.
Exactly. Take control of your finances and build the life you want.
And like the book says, the most important thing is just getting started.
You got it.
So take that first step today and start building your own rich life.
You won't regret it.
And that's it for this deep dive. We'll be back next time with another great book. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.